trick ass bitch.
Hello, everyone.
Anyway.
Steven,
Stop.
We've come to live with you.
That is a bit of a spoiler. Can I do the intro?
Yeah.
Can I? Are you done? Thank you. Welcome. Anyway.
No way.
Anyway. Welcome to the Baldwin Kids Podcast, a space dedicated to discussing current events, mental health, and nerdy pursuits. I am the incongruous K.
Oh, okay. Thank you for being that. At this point, you're just picking my adjectives, huh?
Yeah, because
right,
clearly
cool.
you keep picking up shit from around the way as your bitch ass tries to pick up a water
I'm the
bottle.
essential and or curl-controlled Vesta.
Are we doing this?
Yeah.
Are you doing this?
Yeah.
Bitch.
Because I am essential. I matter.
I mean, you do, but you're still being a trick ass
Ow!
bitch.
All right, so what are we doing today?
The most, apparently. I mean, but y'all knew what y'all were getting into when you picked
Y'all
up,
knew.
when you clicked on this YouTube stream or this SoundCloud file.
Yeah,
or,
whatever this is right now.
yeah.
We're working on it. We're working on it.
Yeah, we'll be back to the big girls soon enough. Actually, we should discuss that off the air. Anyway.
Yeah. So,
I suppose we should just jump right in. What are you doing?
Okay.
Wow, so unprepared.
I keep forgetting that because we just changed that. That rapid fire is first. I'm not used to having to be ready. I mean, ever, but especially not to press that button. All right, So
we're going to jump right in, ease right in, starting off with our rapid fire section. Which, let's see, Lori Lightfoot, who has her faults because she wanted to build instead of building an actual school, wanted to build a police academy in some of the poorer areas in Chicago.
Yeah, and she kind of not actually shit.
I know her tailor ain't.
Ooh. So like Hu Young, the video.
Oh, Jesus.
Fuck.
Which reminds me, thank you for dropping your phone, Vesta. That reminded me to mute mine. I hope you do the same.
I won't have to.
Oh yeah, because that bitch died.
Yeah, she gonna be
I
I
kept telling you to plug your phone in. Anyway,
who's gonna call me? Where do I have to go?
Your man.
I ain't got no.
Did I lie?
Did I lie? Did I lie? Did I fucking lie? Anyway,
wow.
So about Lori Lightfoot.
So about that big wall of sound.
About
that we just hit
Lori Lightfoot.
Anyway. So she basically told Ted Cruz's Zodiac killing ass to keep Chicago out of his mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Which honestly, I'm here for.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, because
like no.
There was that thing going around about the Zodiac killer again when his Twitter liked this stepmommy ass porno video on Twitter, and it was in his likes for like 2 whole days. And people started pointing it out, and he was like, it was a staffer. And I'm like, bitch, you don't have a staffer running your fucking Twitter account. You can't afford it.
What? We need anyway. Also, stop. Anyway, also, can we start bringing some attention to Newark, New Jersey?
What's happening in Newark, New Jersey?
It is basically Flint Part 2, Lead Water Boogaloo.
Are you serious? Again? Like the same thing?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
At least I think it is. I should have double-checked
We just love letting these pipes fall in very melanated populated
regions.
Yeah.
You know what? Let me actually double-check that because I want to make
June of 17. Are you serious?
As a heart attack. I am just double-checking to make sure that that this is actually a recent article, because otherwise, yeah, September 2nd, 2019.
Wow, we're still a little late, but wow.
We also...
Oh, yeah, we missed last week.
Yeah, our last episode was just standing for Steven Universe, so... So, yeah, that is a recent thing, and we need to call the same amount of attention to it so it doesn't go on for 5 fucking years!
Again.
Anyway. One of Beyonce's
Beyonce's Silk press manager. Beyonce's baby mama.
Beyonce's chief babysitting executive.
No, that's Kelly. Have you not seen that video? Have you not seen that? When she was performing at one of her tours, whichever one was okay, and she was just like, "I'd like to thank Kelly. She came out and babysat Blue while I was working live on stage in front of thousands of people." She literally said that. I'm like, Kelly.
Okay, so the secondary.
How dare you disrespect the only woman that's more talented than you?
So
anyway,
so the secondary babysitting executive,
Kelly
is dead to me.
Yeah,
like
you're dead to me.
Ops on the radar.
You're dead to me.
No, he's doing some bullshit. He's already, sidling up next to the NFL.
Yeah, he was already on. So how are you gonna talk shit about the people you work with afterwards? You don't remember that? He went and ape shit all about the 10 LFS and we in stadiums too. You don't need me. I don't need you. How are you gonna go from talking shit, like real shit, to go, oh, just kidding, I'm gonna work with the Caucasoids?
Oh, wait, it gets better. / worse. The thing that he's running, the Inspire Change thing, is also trying to get some funky-handed white woman to cut off locks and braids and give young individuals quote-unquote respectable haircuts, as if our natural ass hair is not respectable.
Bitch, are you mad just because you look like a Brillo pad? Bitch. Looking like...
that wasn't even shade. I was just like, are you having fun with your curls?
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm
having them. You mad too? You mad about these two, Jay-Z? Can't grow this shit. Anyway.
Next, Laura Ingraham, girl, sis, hunty.
Who is that? What the fuck?
Some irrelevant
this
white.
Sounds like a TikTok. Why does it sound like a Vine?
Some irrelevant right one.
No, why does it sound like a Vine? Drinking it? What the hell? Explain. Explain, please.
I can't.
What do you mean you can't?
She, on her show, at one point, had a steak the size of my hand, which, for the kids at home, I have gigantic fucking
That's a fat
hands.
ass steak.
Had a steak with some incandescent light bulbs sticking out of it and a bunch of straws. And she's like, I'm going to trigger the libs. Because they're all vegetarians that use LED bulbs and reusable straws.
Bitch, where?
Meanwhile, I'm over here. Like, I don't really use straws because... But
I'm a dainty delicate desert flower. I have to use straws in most of my drinks. Except for well,
if I'm in the car, I almost always use a straw. If I'm like out somewhere, like sitting down, I pretty much never. But that's just I've been that way for a while. Like
but
before
the only thing I don't use a straw thing is straw in this beer because I don't drink garbage. But that's about it.
Hold on. Yeah, no. Jennifer is rearing her ugly head, but it's fine. It's whatever.
It's because we eating all that corn, my brother.
Oh Lord!
You have to overstand.
I made the mistake of inviting Vesta to a ridiculous group.
A group where we all pretend to be hoteps. Yes, my brothers and sisters, overstand. Not the white man. Overstand is my favorite fucking thing. Like, I like just saying it's just unwarranted out of context to people at my job. Like, do you not overstand? And they'll be like, what? Anyway, drinking a girl. I love when people really do. I'm gonna trigger the libtards. Not mind the slur. I'm gonna trigger the libtards.
that's why the right does not know how to boycott things.
Right? They're like, we're gonna trigger the libtards, and then all we have to be like is just like, I don't know, what's something that doesn't really involve them. We need to tax billionaires, even though they make a smooth $1,200 a year. Like, bitch. Anyway, I just cannot.
Like, this is up there with the fucking.
Cannot.
This is up there with the fucking like Yeti coolers and what was the other thing that people and Nike
too. Yeah, that was funny.
There was one other thing I can't remember, but it's just like they already have your money, sis. Why are you destroying your property?
Yeah, that was some dumb shit. I love that.
Anyway, last but not least in our rapid fire section, some Greek and or British bitch is apparently broke. Yeah, Milo Yiannopoulos is like, I have no
And
money.
even Lennox's dumber sister.
You know what? I don't think he actually is. My honest thought is that he's trying to get more attention pointed to himself, so that he can. Actually have a crowd of more.
I could see him being broke because what does he do? What do you do?
I have a question. What do you do successfully?
You know what needs to be a soundbite now to replace one of those 2 empty spots? Is why I'm sorry. Who?
I'm here for this.
Yeah, I'm doing it. I'm doing it on the break. All right.
Oh,
cool.
Jesus. Anyway. Yeah, that's that. And that's that on that.
And that's that on that.
Why did you turn on the... Anyway, we're going to move
I'm
on
low, okay?
We're going to move on to our Democrats and Republicans.
Yep. I'm real checked out of the debates and shit, so I'm gonna let K Dot. Oh wow! Oh
yeah, that was a sound.
Come on, Mariah.
Come on, Michael, in that one video. All right, so we're just gonna start off with just getting the cop out of the way. Kamala Harris came straight for Anita with the facts.
Yeah, well, she ain't shit. I really was sitting like, oh.
Sometimes a stopped clock is right twice a day. Whew. I unfortunately...
It's like, wow, I couldn't see. I was too distracted by the facts to see the lace on your forehead. Kamala, congrats.
Pay no attention
to the lace on my forehead.
Jeez, you are on one and having... Anyway.
3 letters, biatch. C. A B. A D. Boom. Did you just... bitch. Bitch.
Yeah, but no.
But yeah, she really did come out here just like...
Kamala and Corey were both like...
You are a bitch-ass nigga.
She came for him like... I live. Wait, where is it? Fuck. Where is it?
What are you looking for?
There it is. She came for him like...
You big fat white smelling fat bitch.
Just with less melanin in her voice. So just, you big fat white nasty smelling fat bitch. Why did you took me off the mouth?
Are you done?
Yeah.
Can we move on to the next candidate?
Yeah.
So Beto O'Rourke basically shot himself in the foot. What?
Was that a pun? Bitch, did you just unintentionally make a dad-ass pun? And not realize it?
That was 100% unintentional.
Just if you want an uncle or an auntie for hire,
I will be your kid's favorite uncle.
Auntie, UNTY.
Yes. But Beto O'Rourke was basically saying like, yes, we will take your AR-15 and your AK-47. These are not instruments you need to have.
You don't say that when you're not in the office yet. It's like a job. You lie about the shit that you had done, and then you turn around and say that you were bullshitting when you have the job.
Yeah, but we're better than the one that's in the White House right now, because he said all sorts of shit and hasn't done not a goddamn thing. Yep. ISIS is still a thing. It's been a smooth 2 years.
Well, that's because we're funding them. Just like we're funding the people that... don't let me come for 9/11. Don't let me do that.
Ooh,
just like we funded that. We funded that.
Actually...
I'm going to rant about that later.
I'm excited. Amy Klobuchar, whatever. Buttigieg.
Yeah.
No, Amy Klobuchar.
That's like that meme. Like, Kamala Harris came with the facts. Beto wanted to take the guns. Klobuchar... Buttigieg.
She bored me.
Yeah,
like, girl, I'm sure.
I'm sorry.
I'm sure your stands will want to come for me in my Twitter mentions, and I'm sure I will learn a lot. But at this point in time, girl, you need to have something, because you standing next to Bernie turned all the way up to 11, because Grandpa is tired.
Yeah, Bernie was out here. I could see all your liver spots, man. Liver spots and stress marks, and just he looked hot. He looked mad. He was like, motherfucker.
He, like, apparently Bernie's actually pretty strong for an octogenarian.
Oh, pretty sure he could bench press most people.
He
can't run.
But
he can, like...
He can jog.
Yeah. Is that what that is?
Yes.
He looks like salad fingers when he jogs. Like, have you seen that video of him running in the airport?
Have you met my roommate? Yes, I've seen salad fingers.
No, I mean, like, the video of him, Bernie, running in the airport.
Uh-huh.
Where he looks like salad fingers, yeah.
But Buttigieg lost me with his opening.
Yeah.
He was saying something on, September 12th, we all came together as a nation, blah, 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 blah. And I'm over here like, some of you...
Just like on September 12th. No.
No.
No, bitch.
No, I'm sorry.
That's not...
Mr. Buttigieg, you need to not. Please. Like, do I need to just, like...
Miss Booty Geiger, can you...
Booty Geiger.
Yeah.
Just stop, because the whole we all came together, he has an interesting history of ignoring brown people. Because he hasn't really done much for the black and brown.
Just like the rest of his type?
But like...
Just like the rest of the white gays that are in somewhat boring, slender physique?
Woo!
Ain't nothing to grab, ain't nothing to grind on. You grind on it, it breaks like a tortilla chip. Which it's so boring.
I feel like this is also slightly shading somebody we know, and I'm here for it.
Who? Oh yeah, that bitch too. With their hula hoops if they can't actually hula hoop. Shitty EDM taste, all that good shit. Too high on drugs to realize their teeth are more crooked than politics, all that good stuff. So anyway.
Yeah, there's a bit of a falling out with somebody.
Yeah, and bitch, come for me. Come for me, bitch. Because I've sent for you. So anyway.
Woo. Yeah, like I said,
I went and took over the fucking politics section.
That's okay. That's okay. I want you to talk more during the politics section.
True, because I'm really bad at that. But yeah, Buttigieg, ever since he announced his run, people were like, gay.
Here's the thing. I was kind of, when he announced it, I was kind of, hear me out. Mm-hmm. Especially compared to what is currently sitting in the White House right now. Imagine an actual veteran, someone with actual political experience who actually can, communicate with people all around the world, because the man speaks a smooth, 5 languages? Like, and he would be, if he won, he would be the first gay president. So, like, initially, I'm like, oh, lit.
He's a white gay man. I don't trust any white gays to run for any kind of office. Unless you prove your worth like Bernie. He's not gay. I'm just saying, like, I don't trust a lot of white people that run for office just off the top, because of the history of at that point you were so in this idea of the world being centered around you that you're going to run it the way you want to run it. Mm-hmm. How do we know that you give a fuck about the people who are actually dying here? You know what I mean?
Meanwhile, Bernie's actually got...
Bernie been here. Bernie been getting arrested with the rest of us back in the civil rights movement. Bernie did not come to play with you hoes. He came to slay, bitch. He's the only consistent one. The only consistent one that I've seen. And then what's the other one? Who's the other lady?
Warren?
Yeah, her.
Yeah.
The only two.
Like, can we have a Biden Warren? Or I'm not. Ooh. I said that.
That sounded like cottage cheese.
I said that because he's actually next on the list. I meant to say Bernie Warren.
I'll be here for that.
Like, bitch.
In either position, vice or president, either one.
Honestly, either one. Because the thing is that if either of them won, it would still be a landmark thing.
Yeah.
Because if Bernie wins as the president, he would be the first Jewish president. If Warren wins, she'd be the first female president.
That actually would be worth a damn. Hillary. Hillary. Well, when the...
Oh, no, she wasn't the first anything. May I remind you? Because Shirley Chisholm was the first woman to run for any kind of presidency.
Oh, no. Oh, that's right. Thank you.
Please.
Oh, thank you so much.
Please, I will never let Hillary Rodham Clinton keep that first woman to run for president. Fuck that.
Oh, no. Shoot. I mean, like, the first one to like get
that
there.
far.
Yeah.
To get that far, yeah, sure.
Yeah,
but
not like the.
But
I'm not saying
Uzo Aduba did not put on that iconic wig to play Shirley Chisholm to have you disrespect her like that.
Wig looking like that.
Stop,
Lord.
Why are you like
All
this?
right, and then is that it?
No,
I'm sorry.
The last one. Okay, honestly, y'all, if you're supporting, go ahead. No. What?
That was legendary.
Oh yeah,
That was legendary.
Oh yeah, because Julian Castro came for
Are you
Biden.
forgetting?
Like, hello, you just said this. A smooth.
Do you remember?
when you said that shit and now changing it.
That was hilarious. He
story?
looked hot. Biden looked hot because he couldn't figure out who he was talking to. He's like, "Who's Biden?" I'm sorry. Who?
You can't wait till the break to get that. Oh Jesus! Why do I talk to you?
I have the vapors. Shit.
Come on, bitch, we got a lot to get through still.
We show the fuck do.
Okay.
All right.
But yeah, no, because we only watched some highlights because I tried to get through watching it, and sometimes I just need to live tweet it, but I also don't have TV. So
True.
It's kind of complicated for me to be able to watch it, but it's doable. But I will certainly try to have watched it. Girl, what are you doing?
Don't worry about it.
Bitch. Shh. Anyway. Yeah, Castro came for Biden's obvious sundowning, and like, I know some people that are truly trying to, like, stand for him. And I'm like, it's great that you want to repeat Obama, but the fact is that Biden is Trump who can spell.
Oh, true. Real shit.
Like,
just as bad.
Biden is Trump who can spell and isn't as obvious about his racism and is probably much better about his lying.
Hello?
So, let's cut the bullshit.
Cut the bullshit, because we ain't with it.
What are you...
Just keep going. Keep talking.
I'm
doing something.
And there goes your phone.
I don't answer no 100 numbers. I'm black.
Anyway, next, oh God, we've got This Week in White Privilege. So, excuse me, Felicity Huffman, some actress, I guess, she, like, had the nerve to go, "Oh, I must get my child into this ultimately prestigious school. And so I'm going to pay someone to make sure that my child, who has absolutely no interest in going to that school, I'm going to make sure that my child is able to get there." And so she paid somebody to fluff up her kid's SAT scores in order to get that kid into college, okay?
Okay.
Guess how much jail time she got?
What, like a day?
Bitch, I will set something on fire.
A couple hours.
Be like SpongeBob.
The same thing that most white women get for doing anything wrong that black people get life sentences for.
Oh, speaking of which, I was going to say probably like SpongeBob stealing the balloon on Free Balloon Day.
Real shit. Here you go, kid.
Chunk.
All right, you're free to go. The white privilege sentence.
But, okay, no, she's going to go to jail for an entire fortnight.
For those of you that don't know what a fortnight is,
14
like me.
days. 14 calendar days, and that's it.
Mm.
Meanwhile, I forget exactly where this story came from, but a homeless black woman wrote down, I forget if it was a friend's or a relative's address, but saying that, you know, she and her kids lived at said friend or relative's address so that her kids can go to a safer and better school.
Mm-hmm.
And she got 5 years.
Right, that's out of pocket. Because if you think my family didn't do that same shit.
Like, I could understand hitting her with a little bit of a fine.
Right.
Here's the thing. I could understand hitting her with, like, a $50 fine
for maybe
for like misrepresentation of, you know,
whatever
falsification documents or something. Okay, white.
Real shit. Whatever.
But like misrepresentation of documents or something. Like I'll okay, sure. Meanwhile, this other woman bribed
5 years?
Yeah.
Like, to think that my mother could have gotten a 5-year fucking sentence for wanting my ass to go to a better school. than the one that, you know, they...
Oh, and the gag is that Felicity Huffman's kid has no interest in going to college. Is too busy trying to be a YouTube influencer or something.
Which is so much less financially depraving.
But, like, do what you want to do, but at the same time...
No, not even that. It's just like, I'm saying that in a good way, because it's just like, you don't go into millions of dollars of debt by being a YouTube influencer. If you don't make money, you don't lose any money. You know what I'm saying? Unless you're being stupid.
Well, I mean, there is that ad, buying ad space.
Yeah, that's dumb.
We say as we buy ad space for our podcast.
But yeah, like, I thought only black mamas did that. The whole forcing your child to go to school they don't want to go to.
I reserve all commentary.
I got my issues with that.
Anyway, but yeah, all right. We're gonna move on to our new segment that Vesta, I guess, just threw together a soundbite for called "Around the World."
You think I haven't had that acapella for like 10 years?
Wow. Hopefully we don't get struck for that.
Probably not.
It is less than a second.
Yeah.
Our section called Around the World. Well, it's hurricane season.
You know what? I'm actually going to change it.
What are you doing? Around the World.
I like that better.
Okay. Well, anyway, it is hurricane season. The Bahamas have been battered and fried and ready to serve.
You know what? Come on, cornbread fish and collard greens.
Cornbread fish and collard greens.
Oh. You know how he does that at the beginning?
We can gag about Anthony Hamilton later.
Okay.
But I think it's Bahamians. I'm not sure how to say the demon name of that country, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But people from the Bahamas,
the Bahama Mamas,
sure, are trying to come here while parts of their country are being fixed up. Which I mean, we already we got all sorts of tourists going over there half the damn time anyway. It'd be a nice return of the favor, them letting us actually come over there and use their resources and shit to actually let them come over.
But you know what you know what happens.
Anita's like, they could be drug members.
Woo, chili queso dip. Where are we?
Woo, chili queso dip. I hate you.
No, you do not.
Bitch, can I get...
Go ahead. He basically said the same shit he said about folks coming over the Mexican border.
Mm-hmm. Which, hang on, because Jennifer wants to come out.
The bad people, drug gangs, rapists, all of the same 369, damn they fine, that shit.
But, no, he said that there could be some gang members in those people coming up. Okay. Have they been convicted of a crime? One.
There could be gang members now. Okay, there's gang members here. They're called the U.S.
The gang members.
They're called the military.
The biggest gang in the country, the fucking police.
Oh, that too. Yeah, that's like the biggest street gang that does too many drugs to even function properly. The military is like an actual gang. The military is like the mafia. They have plans and do things. Like, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. The police are the ones that get doped up and shoot anything that breathes.
Anything that breathes that doesn't get sunburned in 5 minutes being outside.
Or that they're married to.
Woo, 40% abusal rate. Anyway.
So, yeah, that happened.
But yeah, he's like, there could be some gang members in there. And so they're like rejecting ferries and stuff and sending people back.
Word?
So you're just dedicated to being ain't shit.
Right, word? Okay, bye.
Somebody kill him, please?
Just,
double tap, too, to be sure. Anyway, we are going to move to more positive things in our Palette Cleonce Giselle Knowles Carter.
I am the nose.
You better stop before Parkwood comes for our flesh.
True. Our flesh and our scalps to make her another wig for her next tour.
Can you imagine Beyonce with your hair, though?
She looked like Solange.
She would not.
She would.
I mean, just as
remember when Solange had that little pixie cut when she kicked the shit out of her staffer? Just that with some curls. That's what she would look like. I mean, I would actually kind of. You know what? I'd be here for that.
Beyonce
short hair moment. Yeah.
Honestly, same.
Except for that Tinkerbell ass hair she had that one time. You ever seen a picture of that?
You're gonna have to show me on the break.
All right, cool.
Boy.
We'll keep talking.
Anyway, so in our palette Cleonce, Giselle Mills Carter, we're going to start off with some fun news from the Great White North. Oh, that was a choice.
Yep.
Why are you?
It sure was.
No, don't do this.
It sure was.
Don't do this to...
That time when she got Ken to be her body double on her tour.
Okay.
Okay.
Can I
Amazing Race.
Thank you.
Woo.
So...
I live for this.
Some really positive news from our northern neighbors. The Amazing Race Canada is over. Maybe I should get some water after we finish this one. This section.
I would hope so. You've only had a Sprite tea.
The Indigenous Two-Spirit couple actually won the Amazing Race Canada. Which, if I remember correctly, it's Anthony Johnson, who is actually originally from Arizona. Who is Navajo, if I remember correctly. And
is it not Navajo? Is it Navajo? Are you sure?
I'm not, actually.
All right, cool.
Anyway, him and Dr. James.
Doctor, bitch.
James McCocus, who...
Is it Mr. or Mrs.? It's Doctor. What the hell? What the fuck? How did... Bye. I was trying to look at how to pronounce Navajo. And
but
I'm like,
they're both Two-Spirit.
Yes.
I'm not sure what pronouns they use, so I generally just stick to they, them for people who I don't know, because neutral. But Dr. McCocus
I live
blends traditional Cree medicine with modern medicine in order to give his patients the most holistic care that they can receive. Which is a lot more than the Canadian government does for Indigenous people, but that's another story altogether. Next.
Next.
Thank you.
Next.
Y'all need to just leave Serena alone. You can't handle her. Why would you try her? Why would you bother?
She is Serena, the fucking Williams.
Queen of fucking tennis, who landed her 100th U.S. Open win. Like, you can't handle her. And also, as a quick side note, to each and every one of you ashy-ass niggas trying to say that she is built like a man, bitch, where?
Even if she was more than you.
I just, like, you take... Let me stop, because I will fully stand for Serena.
You mean she's built like a woman who handles herself?
Mm-hmm.
Who moisturizes?
Mm-hmm.
Who takes care of her hair?
And her baby.
Who eats corn?
You've been in that group too damn much.
That's true.
But like, I just stan baby Alexis because she has some of the best expressions this side of Blue Ivy.
Yeah.
Last but not least, University of Tennessee adopts a new shirt design after they see a kid who loved them to pieces, didn't have and couldn't afford to get any of their merch. He made this design, and they were like, you know what? Official now.
Yes, bitch.
like,
you know what? Yes, serve.
Also, a completely unrelated side note that actually is not in the notes.
Oh
yeah, I'm showing Vesta.
Cute as fuck. I love it.
Yeah, the kid's bright orange shirt with some white marker on there to say U of T.
That's cute as shit.
They made it an official design. But a random thing, I love that more and more people are coming out and wanting to use they them pronouns.
Same.
Yeah, because Sam Smith, as much as I can't stand them for other reasons, because how dare you say I don't care for Michael Jackson without Michael Jackson?
Even though you literally out here copying us every single fucking move with less of the melanin, bitch.
But Sam Smith, Rebecca Sugar uses she or they. India Moore from Pose uses they. Who else? There's a bunch of people that use they them. Are you searching more celebrities that prefer they them?
Yeah. Say them.
Go ahead. It's the
Thank
first article.
You.
I love seeing that more and more because I feel like it'll be much more common of a thing. Angel Hayes. Alok Vaid-Menon, who is an
I'm
artist
already into the entire outfit.
who they use like art.
Oh yeah,
Lena Waithe,
yeah, I forgot about that. A little more, please.
Ruby Rose.
Oh really? I didn't know that. I kind of surprised me. I didn't know that.
They're Australian. Oh,
Really?
I don't care.
I don't relate to being my. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
But yeah, I love seeing more and more people using they them because that
really. Oh. Okay. I always said he. I've been misgendering J.D. Sampson. Ooh. Okay. They.
Eddie Izzard.
Mm-hmm.
Which I love Eddie's take on their clothes, because I think this is actually just gender fluid celebrities.
True,
but Eddie Izzard is like, these are my clothes, these are guys' clothes. I bought them, they're mine. Like, it doesn't matter the cut. But anyway, I just love seeing that become more and more of a thing, and hopefully, more people will start to get their heads out of their asses.
What?
Anyway.
It's more half and half. Huh.
Anyway, can you... So apparently Steven Tyler IDs as someone... of course, androgynous statty.
Hello, ma'am. Wait.
Can we...
You can keep going.
The problem...
Oh, you don't know?
No, it's not that I don't know. It's that, bitch, I'm done.
Oh.
You're over here.
Oh, sorry. So yeah, the first song we're doing for our break today is, what is it? Oh, it's called The Calming Storm.
Right. That's a... Who sings that one again?
That's me.
It's a Vesta track?
Yeah.
Sweet. So... Get into this calming storm and get into it, get your life, and we shall return shortly.
And we're back.
Bitch! You didn't even warn me.
I sure did not.
Okay, anyway. What are you doing now? Oh, right, you're pulling up the thing.
Yeah.
So, I actually finally have a thing for this. So, we're going to jump right into our mental health key.
Key.
Which, as always, starts with a disclaimer that I finally got around to writing down. So, Vesta and I are two loudmouths with some recording software, some mics, and a touch of experience about navigating towards better mental health. We talk about these things to do our part to combat the stigma surrounding them.
Oh, come on, bitch.
We are not mental health professionals in any way, shape, or form, so please, please, please take what we say with a whole water bottle of salt.
I'll accept it. You've had worse ones. And by worse, I mean a lot worse.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, fine. Can it be a pure aqua natural spring water bottle full of salt?
Maybe. You know what? So we're gonna actually talk about mixed feelings about parents. There's a post that actually floated
Strap on
around
your
on
wigs.
Facebook. Yeah, strap on your wigs, gird your loins, all that fun stuff. I'm gonna read a thing, and I'm going to very, very kindly ask Vesta to grab me a bottle of water while I read this.
Okay.
Because
Cool. I'll be back.
Yeah,
I
because
gotta run all. I gotta do everything in this house.
yeah, because your girl forgot to do it, and Vesta surprised me, your bitch ass, starting the damn recording early. So, the post that popped up is a screen cap of a Tumblr post, which reads as follows: Your mixed feelings about your parents are valid. Shout out to people like me who have parents who are loving, but are black holes of emotional labor. It took me a long time to realize that it's okay to have mixed feelings about your parents and about your relationship with them. I'm also going to be like randomly mentally editing these because there's, the occasional hiccup and my inner English major won't let me not. Sometimes parents can love you to be somewhat, but can be somewhat toxic to you and your growth. And that's a very hard realization to come to if you, like me, grew up extremely close to them. Sometimes parents can love you genuinely, but lack emotional maturity, forcing you to perform disproportionate amounts of emotional labor. Some parents manifest symptoms of their mental illness in ways that are toxic to your mental illness. Some parents, like mine, try so hard to be good parents but fall back on habits of emotional manipulation because they haven't processed their own traumas and are modeling behavior they grew up with.
Hello?
That doesn't make their behavior acceptable, and it's okay to feel exhausted and hurt when they betray you. You don't have to forgive every mistake.
Oh, that's the one right there.
I want you to know that it's okay to protect yourself, to need some space apart from them. The love you have for your parents is still valid, and you are making the right decision. Placing a safe emotional distance between myself and my parents has been one of the most difficult, heartbreaking processes that I've ever gone through. It hurts to try to curb the strength of your own natural empathy around people you love. It feels disingenuous to your heart's natural state. But I promise you, you are not hard-hearted or ungrateful, and you are not abandoning them. You're making a decision about your own emotional, mental, and spiritual health. I know what it's like to be in that confusing gray area of love mixed with guilt and anxiety, of exhaustion and quasi-manipulation and unreciprocated emotional labor, and I promise you, you are not alone. Your mixed feelings about your parents are valid. Oh, and just as a quick random positive note, because Vesta got this done.
I'm sorry, who?
Actually scared me.
well, I mean, White scared you too from Jump. So.
Listen, White. Anyway, do that for later.
Excuse me while I clear my throat, lubricate, and read that bitch.
So, just to let you know, so I don't have to deal with fixing the mic pops. If you press that button right here on your microphone, it mutes your mic.
Oh, really?
The gray one. Yeah, that's what I've been doing. That's why I did before I left.
Oh, so I can do that for when Jennifer tries to rear her
Yeah.
ugly head?
So, press it.
Okay.
And it completely silences your mic out. Yeah. Sorry, we're just...
Okay, so we're learning things. And I'm back on my mic and back on my bullshit.
So,
but there is it looks like there's like a loud pop that happens whenever we do it.
No, that was you talking.
Hell.
So, yeah.
Yay, having mixed feelings about your parents. Who wants to go first? Do.
Well, since Yellow showed up first in Steven Universe, I say you go.
Anyway, okay, so yeah.
That's a lie, actually. Blue showed up first. Okay, I'll go first. This took a very long time to, accept. Because I have problems, I have separate issues with both parents, And when you're raised in that whole, you gotta respect your parents and love them no matter what they do.
Bitch, the Reed was talking about this. I gotta show you on our next break.
Thank you. We're also not copying the Reed in the slightest, actually, because I don't listen to them at all. That's just because I don't listen to podcasts like that. Even though I run one.
No, this is something they talked about a couple weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
But this post specifically is not what they were talking about. They actually brought up something. I'll just show you later.
Okay.
We don't need loudspeakers yelling at us.
Okay, so But when you're raised in that whole, you gotta respect your elders no matter what they do. It's just like, okay, but what if your elders are wrong and they don't deserve it? That goes even further than parents too, really, because the whole respect your elders shit. I respect people who respect me. You talk shit about me, I'm gonna talk shit about you, Coretta, and your dollar store gray wig.
Like, shake and go nonsense. We can see the lace, huh?
Like, girl, we can see the lace and the tag. Anyway, but yeah, it's like the same habits that this current generation, these 2 or 3 current generations, are like unlearning, are the ones that our parents raised us in, like the toxic habits and like emotional coping methods. And that's all stuff that we're unlearning, which is why there's such a divide with parents and their kids now.
And sometimes there are going to be times where people fuck up. That's where the whole people going, oh, you're trying to be your kid's friend and blah, 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 blah. Because people are railing against not beating their children, which, I mean, you're wrong still. But
yeah,
whatever.
Fight me about that shit.
Like, we could square the fuck up and you'll still be wrong.
Yeah.
But there's like that divide happening, and yet there's like if and when I ever have kids, I've said this a dozen times in this show, the closest you'll ever see me to actually raising a hand to my child is me smacking a mosquito.
Real shit. Yeah.
That's it.
Although that's going to delve into a very heavy topic. But yeah.
But I want to break the same cycles that my parents had with me.
That's the thing.
That their parents had with them, and so on and so forth.
And in order to fix a problem or fix something,
the problem has to be addressed.
You have to admit that it's broken. Change your mind, Steven Universe.
God, that song at the end of that special still
makes me cry.
A little bit.
Usual.
But
yeah,
oh yeah, you.
Yeah, it makes me cry.
I was gonna say it gets me a little.
Yeah, but yeah, it's just like that song is real shit. That's how a lot of us feel at this point. It's like when we move out or, go and do life the way we want to and not the way our parents and grandma and grand aunties and great aunties and shit want us to do it. It's why there's such a divide. Because we're not going to sit here and explain how we feel anymore. Because you had 20 some odd years to do it. You didn't.
You had 20 some odd years to have that. You had 20 some odd years to have that. Build that relationship of open communication,
and you didn't.
And so now you can't be mad that we don't talk.
We don't talk to you
because the other thing that they brought up too, you're not allowed to have negative emotions about anything your parents said.
Yeah, that's real, and I broke out of that real quick. Tell them, okay, but that's wrong.
Yeah. Because, you're going, you can still not even be walking yet and have emotions.
Right.
Why do black parents have a nasty habit of trying to quell those in their kids?
Right.
You have emotions, your kid also has emotions. They don't spontaneously manifest emotions the second their last box gets moved out of your house.
Right. We're not... I'm trying to keep this on this topic, but it branches off into so many.
It really does.
This is where it starts. Parental problems spawn a lot of shit. Toxic masculinity, anxiety and depression gets spawned from this bullshit. PTSD and trauma gets spawned from this bullshit.
Like me.
You don't understand. And then parents wonder why
their kids don't talk to them.
They don't talk to them, or once they're out of that fucking house, they are completely different people. And they don't hide it. Bitch, I am a queer ass, black ass
individual.
Right.
And honestly, same. I knew,
hey, my boyfriend's trans. You're not going to do shit about it. Hey, I feel like wearing a sequined Gem in the Holograms dress bedazzled by myself to this party, and you ain't gonna stop me. Granted, I don't have one of those,
you and your fucking
but I
sequins,
sure, bitch.
You and all these sequins.
I don't have enough. I have 2 jackets and a tank top with sequins on it. I need more. Anyway, yeah, but it's when you close off that communication with your kids, parents, because some of y'all listening, when you close off that communication with your kids, they find their identity without you.
And it's a journey that they end up taking on their own.
By them, or with their with the family that they make, not the family they were born into.
Like me.
They find that. And that's where they find themselves.
And I have found so much more support in the family that I have created
Real shit.
versus the family that I
No.
related to.
No, not to knock my parents in particular, because they have been supportive. Well, my father has dead on been supportive about me making music since the day he found out. He's supportive of that, supportive of art, supportive of theater. It's just with my father, there was a lot more of like this divide of the things that come with a divorce between a father and son. Like there are just there's just emotional UPS packages that come with that shit that you gotta unpack together. And I didn't, because I couldn't, you know? So that alone already makes a divide. But with him, it was more of, I'm writing an EP called Who Are You Now? These conversations, these conversations I wish I had with my father are what spawned it. Because it's like, I watched him all these years have these methods of dealing with his sadness and his depression
that were really
which was nothing. And when you watch that as a child, a lot of children will think, okay, that's how you do it. They won't say anything. They won't do anything. They won't ask you. They'll watch you. And they go, that's how you do that. Got it. I broke out of that after a while because I did do that. I did bottle shit up and not talk about it for years. And I almost died from it. As many people do and almost do on a daily fucking basis. And I talk about how, you know, things didn't end well between us, but I know what I'm suffering from is probably what you were suffering from, but it's too late now. I can't tell you these things. I can't tell you what I have. I can't tell you how I'm dealing with these things because it's too late for you. You're gone. You know what I mean? And it's just like, but I wish I could. I'm going to do it for the both of us. Because I broke out of that whole mental health is bullshit, white people, your nonsense. And went to a fucking doctor. Because I knew something was wrong. I've known something has been wrong with me for years. And I had generalized anxiety disorder. Had a name for it, and now it's getting his ass whooped in the back of my head.
Exactly. You can name your demons, and once you name your demons, you can finally fight them.
To quote the song that I will not be playing, no, not that one. I'm not playing any of the songs yet because, well, y'all have heard bits of Diamond Dreams already, but that's, I've learned some things. There are keys into my head, but I can't give you yours. Like, I know how I get the gist of how it works now. I don't know everything, but I know enough. I'm just sad to see that you couldn't. And I've had to learn from that. And that's all stems from lack of communication. Like, there was no communication between me and him on that. And I'll just stick to my father with this, because, it's fitting.
And we're not going to bring up too much about Mama Vesta.
Well, even then, she's a lot more supportive than my father was about a lot of shit. So, I love my mother, but she has her problems too. Black mama's got their problems, especially our generation.
Shall I go then? So, give me a moment. Let me lubricate.
Sip. Slide some oil to me. And
really?
Lubricate my mind. I was almost the Tin Man in The Wiz, so I had that song memorized.
Just like how I have something memorized for mic checks.
God damn it. Hold.
Anyway, so mixed feelings about parents, which I'm sure is going to snowball into other stuff for me as well, because honestly, it is this whole topic is packing a snowball at the top of a mountain and going, bye-bye, and rolling it down the hill.
Oh, God, fucking damn it.
What?
Oh, so cute. Bye-bye.
But, yeah, I have really mixed feelings about both of mine. My mom, which I love you dearly if you ever do listen to this, but there were some antics that happened a couple weeks ago where she was continually misgendering a friend of mine,
Oh,
and I was getting progressively louder about correcting her.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was just like, can you give people basic respect?
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter.
That your generation demands so much.
You demand so much respect, and yet you don't give it in return.
You don't give it. Yeah.
And that's the problem. But with her being very set in her way, her old Baptist ways and stuff like that. Meanwhile, I am the queerest thing this side of Chicago.
Real shit.
Well, this side of my family. And I don't try to hide it. And I don't try to hide like my mental health stuff either, because she was one of the ones that was trying to tell me that the classic black parent lines when a kid brings up their mental health. What you got to be depressed for?
I hate that. What do you have to be depressed about?
Why don't you take that shit to church? Leave that shit at the altar.
I always hated that line.
What, leave it at the altar?
No, fuck that. My mom was not religious. And I'd be damned if I was ever brought up that. Like, I was brought up in some level of Christian-ness or whatever. But I broke out of that at like 10 years old. I was like, I'm bored. And also,
break up with your Jesus. Yeah, cause I'm bored.
But that whole, what do you have to be depressed about? You think we know the answer to that fucking question?
Yeah,
we're wondering the same thing.
It's like, bitch, I'm fucking sad, and I'm fucking sad, and I shouldn't be. Can we go somebody get this figured out?
Like, we don't know. I just spit all over you.
It's like, we just fucking know. Bitch, we just got here.
Right. How do we? That's the problem. Why don't we go to someone who knows how brains work and figure it out?
And not take it to the church.
And not take it to someone who believes in someone that doesn't exist. I felt like I was in theater again doing that shit.
But, and then with my dad, he and I don't really talk all that often, which is something else that you and I can kiki about that off the air.
Yeah, well, we've talked about that.
Oh,
yeah.
No,
there's more.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he and I don't talk all that often. He kind of, quote unquote, cheers me on from a distance, but we, like...
If a tree falls in the forest and no one can hear it, does it make a sound?
But it's
if someone cheers from you, cheers for you, out of the corner of your eye, do they make a sound? If someone anyway,
shows
go on.
You who they really are.
Oh, well, actually, that kind of fits for what we were just
believe them the first time. But yeah, he says he's cheering me on from a distance, and that's about it. I don't really have much of a relationship with my youngest sister. But there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of baggage back there that I'm going to keep that luggage in the closet for a while.
Yeah.
Until I can afford a regular therapist for a good, 2 months of weekly meetings.
So help me Marie Kondo that shit.
Yeah, because I almost did something drastic around the time my baby sister was born. But we'll leave it at that. But a lot of that, again, is stemmed from having mixed feelings about my parents.
Real shit.
And I do mean, and as a sidebar, all of my parents, my mom, my dad, my stepmom, and my stepdad. Because my stepdad gets polite but duty-free dust. The same thing happens with my stepmom. They both have all sorts of stuff that they've tried to fling at my psyche.
Yeah. I'm glad. I'm kind of thankful to not have that problem. I almost did. I almost had a stepmother and a stepfather. I put a stop to one of them. But
you are just
what?
How do you,
Daddy? I love you. May you rest in peace.
But
that bitch looked like a cream cheese waffle. Okay, and I'm glad she's gone.
But you could have had a bad bitch,
right?
Not Dad,
come on now. I know you couldn't see, but I know you could smell. Listen, the only reason I made that joke is because he used to make blind jokes about himself all the time. I would never make a joke about my father if he didn't make the same jokes. Okay?
I'm sorry, I was just expecting, if you couldn't see, but you could smell. That is... having mixed feelings about your parents, I feel like with the generation that is growing up and starting to have kids, and actually, using science to help back their parenting.
Yeah.
Like actually vaccinating their children.
even deciding if they want children in the first place and not feeling pressure to do so.
Waiting to have children until they're more financially stable and stuff like that.
Waiting to do a lot of shit until they're more financially stable.
But still, like, actually, like, raising their kids to be whole people from jump.
Repeat that.
Raising your children to be whole people from the start.
Yeah.
That's
a big one.
That's how whenever I'm hanging out with or babysitting my nephew, aside from a couple things.
I say this every time he brings it up.
What?
If y'all want to see some cute shit, you need to watch KB and Auntie to his nephew. Because that's the cutest shit. But it's because this is a prime example of someone who follows what the fuck they preach. Because you do every single thing you say, like you do, especially with your nephew.
Stop.
You do, because it's like I've only seen in person once, but to a T, you've done every single thing. You've talked about how you wish you could have had it, and how you're going to have it for your kids in the future. You've done it with him, and you do it, and it shows.
Stop.
Oh Lord, don't start crying. It's my job. Thank you. Fuck, now I'm crying. God damn it, bitch. You can't just cry in front of me. I'm a Pisces. But yeah, it's like you gotta raise your kids as if they are people. Age don't make age.
Here's the thing.
I almost said age didn't make a difference, and that sounded like, oh, fucking killing. Rage doesn't.
I'm sorry. Who?
But yeah, like, you don't raise your kids as half people, kind of people, not smart enough yet people.
There's certain things that I won't like. I'm not going to try to explain, like, the conflict in Palestine and Israel to him.
Right.
He's 6.
He's 6. He wants to play Smash.
He wants to play Smash and say boom, baby, every time he gets a hit against somebody. But, like...
Is that an Incredibles reference? Is that what that's from?
I don't
know.
not
boom, baby.
That's you thinking
Emperor's New Groove. Thank you.
I don't know if it is or not, but, like, if he were to ask me, why is the sky blue? I would go, I don't know. Let's find out.
Right.
And we'll sit down and screw around on my phone and try to figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
When my ex and I took him with us to go visit Kentucky, and he was starting to feel some anxiety because he was away from his mom for a couple days, and it was kind of late at night. Instead of like just leaving him alone and telling him to be quiet, like I would have been told growing up.
Oh, real shit.
I picked him up and talked to him face to face, saying, "Hey, I understand that you're upset about not seeing your mom. It's kind of late right now because it was like 11 o'clock. It's kind of late right now. She's probably sleeping, and your sister's sleeping. We don't want to wake them up, do we?" And he'll go, "You know what? No, it is late. Right. So tomorrow morning we can go down, get breakfast, and then when we come back from breakfast, we can try to FaceTime your mom so you can say hi. Does that sound like a plan?" And he goes, "Yeah," and goes right to bed. Like, I addressed his anxieties and, treated him like an entire person. And I fail to see how hard that is with so many parents.
I'm only crying because, because that's shit that we've wanted our entire lives. And it's not that hard because we do it.
Right, and...
Like, granted, I'm not saying that raising a child is easy, because it's not. But there are things you can do that help it.
You're going to want to fling that little bitch across the room.
Right. Real shit. But there are things you could do that make the end result worth the trouble.
And the other thing is, are there not adults that you occasionally want to fling across the room?
Hello.
You still treat them like whole adults?
I do. Yeah, I just talk shit about them on my podcast.
Swoop needs a trim. Anyway, I just...
Why did they go over my head and hit me in the back of it?
Because that is what you call actual good shade.
Oh, that was good. All right.
But
yeah, it's...
being a child who has mixed feelings about your parent is more than likely a result of your parent not addressing something with you.
Because they were raised with the same shit, and their parents were raised with worse shit. And their parents were raised with worse shit. And then their parents were slaves. So
this is us trying to break that cycle.
Right.
This is us trying to treat kids as entire people. They may not know everything yet. They just fucking got here.
How are they supposed to know?
So help them out.
Right.
You know, there's another post that actually popped up a while ago that it was like, whenever I see a kid and they smile at me, I smile back at them to show that the world is
not always
awful.
Yeah.
You know, I try to be kind and something, and someone's like, "Yeah, but the world is not awesome or kind." And then the reply to that was, "Then do your part to make it that way."
Hello.
And this is me trying to do my part to make it that way. This is us talking about mental health on here to try to make it less of a mysterious.
Because there's shit that we've never been able to talk about in our 20+ years of living.
Almost 30.
So I was trying to make you sound young and youthful.
I don't give no fuck, bitch. I am approaching 30. And see, I would say it's gay death, but I'm neither white nor a twink. So
I'm not white, twink, or do I snort cock? Oh, I almost said snort cock. I mean, it's not wrong. I was trying to say snort coke off of cock.
That sounds time consuming.
Yeah.
And drug consuming.
But so is dealing with them, so.
Yeah. But anyway, y'all, we are gonna get off of this and go dab our eyes because mascara's running. We're gonna end up looking like Mescal. Looking like Spinell in this
Mescal? What was that, her drag sister?
No, it's her drunk sister, some Mescal.
Goodbye. Anyway, speaking of Steven Universe, Opal's here to death drop on you hoes.
That was Rainbow Quartz.
I'm talking about my remix of her fucking song.
I know, I'm just saying.
Well, not mine. It's Mr. Fahrenheit's remix. What did I do?
You helped?
Oh, I did White Diamond.
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah. I keep getting things mixed up.
Yeah, it has been.
I didn't do that shit.
Coming from whole ass hospital stays and drugs and being sick as shit, like.
Don't remind me of the hospital stays, man.
Bitch, me too. The fuck.
All right, so
yeah, get into it, get your life, enjoy the giant woman, and we'll be back shortly.
Okay, so
welcome back, guys, gals, and non-binary.
We found out, or at least I found out once listening back, that for the last part of that,
my mic
just was like, bitch, who?
I'm sorry. Who?
So yeah.
So I am on a different microphone for the time being, and I'm gonna try my best to keep my speaking volume at a neutral level, so that way Vesta isn't going oh shit, oh shit, oh shit every time.
Yeah.
I do something. I will try my best. There are no promises.
All right. So
we
buttons.
are moving on to our nerdy notions as always, and I honestly don't really have anything right now. I just got into Borderlands 3, which it's lit. I'm playing.
I was gonna say Borderlands.
Which I am playing with a couple of really good friends of mine.
So you and the rest of the queers are out here playing it.
Oh my god, I am playing as Amara, and I want her to destroy me.
Can you imagine if Amara La Negra became like a DLC in Mortal Kombat or something?
I would die. But no, this Amara, I'm pretty sure is supposed to be an analog of being from India. Based partly on her accent, based partly on her hair texture, and based partly on some of the names and such of some of her abilities sound like they're taken from Indian, Indian religion and mythology.
And I'm into it.
As am I, because one of her things, when she activates her special ability, she like does a thing where she like brings her arms around, and as her arms come around, there are some spectral arms that spawn behind her, and then she like flexes and then does, at least the ability that I picked, she does this ground pound thing that just does a shit ton of damage to everything in the vicinity.
I'm into it.
As am I. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. There's also, actually, speaking of which, there's also a character who canonically only uses they, them pronouns.
Yes.
Which would be Flack, the Beastmaster.
Why is it Flack? It just makes you think of Dream Gross. Giving all times of bullshit, Flack. That's a lie. That's a lie.
But yeah, Flack is the Beastmaster. I believe Mose, I forget what her character type, what her character class is called, but she is basically Diva from Overwatch, whereas she's kind of a smaller character outside of the game, outside of her mech, but she has a mech that she uses for a lot of her things and stuff and things. And then the other character is some Irish guy who like can make holographic clones of himself. That's about all I got for him. I haven't played with him yet, and I don't know much about him. But I do know that like some of his abilities, he can swap having a grenade and instead have a second clone or a second ability, whereas most characters only have just one. What else is going on, nerdy? Like I said, I'm getting into that. I'm also side-eyeing the ever-loving fuck out of each and every person.
That's right.
I am side-eyeing the ever-loving fuck out of literally each and every person who is involved with Soul Calibur, because you got me fucked up. Because I sent, actually, you know what, because the people I was actually playing with, because I was kind of screwing around with Soul Calibur while Borderlands was downloading onto my PlayStation. And I was, messing around with making characters, because I wanted to make like a more practical version of one of the characters named Amy. She's a fencer, and her costume is extremely not, conducive to, well, fencing. So I, made a new outfit for her, which, to my points, I'm like, yeah, she looks pretty good. But one of the things is I was digging around in some of the customization options, and with the DLC characters, there are some new. There's like a DLC character, and then a pack of new customization options, then a DLC character, a pack of customization, etc., 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 etc. The thing is that some of the sets, here, look, this is the quote unquote female pirate costume. She got and the back is worse.
Why is she white diamonding her pussy out like that?
Basically.
Her pussy's all the way out.
Like, you could spin her around and look like you can see 2/3 of her ass crack.
That's annoying. I hate it.
That's really annoying, and I hate it, and it's sexist, and it's aggravating, and I'm side-eyeing the fuck out of you guys, because what bugs the shit out of me is that Soul Calibur is, by and large, my absolute favorite fighting series to date.
Of course, but they ought to pull some bullshit.
I don't want to have to walk away from something that I have enjoyed since I have enjoyed for about 2 decades now. I don't want to have to walk away from a series like that because y'all being not shit. Like, I get that it's kind of that it falls victim to that anime thing of scantily clad women and generic men. But at the same time, can y'all at least afford, some kind of privacy or some kind of decency?
Right.
Like, it annoys me because the best part is that you have options for more practical outfits, which I'm showing.
But y'all have the skimpy one still.
But like I was showing Vesta another one where it's like all this amazing looking armor set, which I mean still has boob cups, but
all right,
that I kind of expect unless this is the new Star Wars series with Captain Phasma having an actual logical breastplate.
Right.
I'm just over it and annoyed. But yeah, Borderlands, I'm enjoying it so far. I already had to find the big suck. Yeah, there was a mission objective called Find the Big SUCC.
Hate it.
That's Borderlands' whole thing, though. It's just basically a big meme montage as a game.
Of course.
But yeah, that's pretty much the scope of my nerdy pursuits as of late.
I bet.
All right, which means Vesta gets to go do his Marvel standing.
All right, Marvel, you ain't shit.
I, on the other hand, am going to step away and grab another bottle of water.
Yeah, so we have Marvel here. Robert Downey Jr. is coming back in the Black Widow movie. Now, unless like this movie is rumored to be, and that it's in between the 5 years between Infinity War and Endgame or whatever. It's the only reason that would make sense because Tony would be alive. Sick. Or if it's like in the past and Tony's still alive. Sick. But otherwise, all right, RDJ, you said you were leaving. Or are you back?
Money.
Yeah, true. We have the Silver Surfer movie that's apparently being planned. If they don't do this shit right, I swear to fucking God. Now, granted, it definitely means that Galactus is the big bad guy of the MCU now.
The BBEG?
Yeah. Like
that's big bad evil guy.
Like,
evil guy, girl, goon. What?
But yeah, he I figured they were gonna have to just go bigger. Like once they were like, hey, okay, Thanos is dead. What do we do? What do we do to top him? And now it's Galactus,
What do we do to top him? Well, I hope you start with lube.
All right, so they released this cut Iron Man scene from the second movie where Nick Fury is like, from radioactive spider bites to gallivanting mutants. Like, they were really planning from the get-go to Spider-Man and the X-Men in the MCU, even though that wouldn't happen. David Tennant is apparently going to be Nightmare, or being eyed to be Nightmare in Doctor Strange 2.
Which I automatically stand because I love David Tennant.
And I have to show Kane who Nightmare was, and he was like, yeah, absolutely.
Damn it, I'm not over by the button.
Okay, yeah, bored. And then the other thing I saw was the Suicide Squad reboot sequel remake. The cast list has been announced.
Oh boy.
Viola's coming back as
Amanda
Waller.
That's it.
Thank you. Because that's like a genius casting choice. Like, I don't know.
I mean, honestly,
you could have had
a bad bitch, and you did.
Yeah, like that was like genius. Margot Robbie's coming back as Harley, of course.
Hopefully, she actually keeps the Harley accent.
Yeah. Idris Elba's Deadshot. We knew about that already. Pete Davidson is in here.
Interesting.
Fish Lips himself is in here.
Stop.
Thank You Next himself. I don't know who he's gonna be. if this motherfucker is Joker, I will kill myself.
Please no, I'd miss you too much.
John Cena is in this movie.
Jay Courtney is in this, and I'm excited.
I'm pretty sure that's the same guy who played Diablo.
Which I hope they keep what they did in the last one.
That was garbage.
Bitch. Okay, we can agree to disagree, but him turning into a full ass flaming Aztec god at the very end.
Garbage. Oh no, this is not the same guy. Huh. Wonder who he's gonna be. That's interesting. Nathan Fillion is in here.
Ooh, one of my other faves.
Joel Kinnaman? I don't know who that is. Does that say NQ? Or N-O?
That's NG, Eng.
Thank you. Who's that? That's really familiar. Mei Ling.
Try again.
Mei Ling.
Which it took me a while to learn how to pronounce that last name.
Oh.
Uh-oh, Vesta's excited.
Oh, I know who this is.
Wherefore art thou
She
excited?
was one of the... Yeah.
Was she one of the bad bitches of
She was
Themyscira?
the bad bitch of the Themyscira. The one who was raising Diana from birth. That's her.
Ooh.
So I'm into that.
Okay.
I'm really into that.
Okay.
This dude is back. It's fucking
Taika Waititi.
It's Boomerang again, probably.
No, Jay Courtney was Boomerang.
Oh, who was he?
I don't know, actually.
I'll recognize one. Taika Waititi.
Dude.
Who is he?
You know, I feel like he was that one guy.
Oh, that's the dude who directed
Guardians of the Galaxy or something?
Yeah, and Thor. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Jay Courtney, though. Ooh.
Let's see. Storm Reed. Who are you? Oh. You're from A Wrinkle in Time. I remember you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That was the main character, wasn't she?
Who are you? Who? Oh, hold on. Who is she supposed to be in this movie? I can't even. All right. Alice Braga, Steve. Okay, cool.
Hey, this is Jay Courtney, by the way, because we're looking at.
Well, he might be Boomerang.
He is Boomerang.
Oh, that is him?
That 100% is Captain Boomerang.
Oh, okay. Cool. He's back to be garbage. Who's Jennifer Holland? Wow, I know how to spell.
Yeah, here.
Yeah, okay.
What if she's Harley?
No, because they wouldn't have Margot Robbie back for no reason.
What if it was like a parallel Earths thing or something?
Let's not do that. DC doesn't have enough money or talent to write that in their script. At all.
Oof.
Who are you gonna be? Like, there's a lot of people who I'm just thinking about, and I'm like, who are you gonna be? Wait, hold on. Wait a second.
Okay.
Wait.
I hope you all are enjoying Vesta.
What if she's Poison Ivy?
What is happening? You know, we love advertisements.
What if she's Poison Ivy?
Was Poison Ivy ever part of the...
She's a part of the DC universe.
Well, I know she's part of the
and
DCU.
Birds of Prey is coming out.
I know that she's part of DCU, but was
what if
Poison
she's
Ivy?
Poison Ivy?
Was Pammy involved in?
She was involved in Harley. They were dating.
And I mean, honestly, Harley was doing.
And
so
if
much
the Joker
better.
ain't in this fucking movie, bitch,
I hope so.
We get to get served pussy and pheromones and wigs.
Yeah, Pamela Isley and Harleen Quinzel, 5 ever.
It's true. Well, not really, because Poison Ivy was kind of trash too.
Excuse you, Poison Ivy is recycling to Joker's steaming pile of trash on a hot day.
Yeah. And then Sean Gunn, yeah. Okay, cool. And then Idris Elba is going to slay my vagina as Deathshot. All right, cool. And I think that's all I've got for nerdy shit, other than Disney Plus is coming out in like a month, and I'm going to buy it. Mm-hmm. Even though it comes with fucking ESPN, so if y'all want to cash at me like $6 so y'all can use my fucking
and
ESPN.
get your sporty life, because we are both too gay for that.
Yeah, I don't.
I'm sorry.
Oof. Anyway.
You missed it.
What?
I'm sorry, who?
Basically, like we don't sports.
All right, anything else?
Oh yes, I actually do have one more thing.
One more thing.
So, clearly, I need to cuss out you North Carolinian Republicans again. So let me just move this mic, scooch this mic back just a little bit, because I know my loud Chicago ass is going to have to go in. Okay, let's...
Bitch, you done turned the whole mic.
Turn around.
You tried. Okay, you did. All right.
Okay, so I'm going to read an article from the Washington Post, just so you all can get some context. This was originally posted September 11th, 2019 at 9:21 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. While most North Carolinians were remembering the lives lost on September 11th, 2001, the Republican leaders in the General Assembly took advantage of a half-empty House and voted to override the governor's budget veto Wednesday morning. Governor Roy Cooper...
That's some foul, shady shit. Go on.
Oh, it keeps going. Governor Roy Cooper said in a news conference that House Republicans called for a surprise vote while he and House members were honoring first responders on the anniversary of 9/11.
Oh my God.
Okay. So that's about as, you know what, let me continue. Republicans called a deceptive surprise override of my budget veto, Cooper said. Unfortunately, it's the people of North Carolina who lose. House Minority Leader Darren Jackson said he told his caucus members that they did not need to be in attendance, and that State Rep. David Lewis, a Republican, chairman of the Rules, Calendar, and Operations Committee, gave Jackson his word that there would be no votes, according to the News and Observer. Okay.
Wow.
So clearly, like I said, I must cuss you hoes out yet again.
Again.
You already, all fucking ready, were blatantly and obviously trying to disenfranchise black and brown voters by saying that the people who voted on Sundays were overwhelmingly black and overwhelmingly Democratic. Are you that mad that you cannot win, that you were, or it was the fact that you were so mad that you couldn't win something that you had to try to, you know, be underhanded about it. But now you're being underhanded with the very people that, you know, were elected to work with you. And the gag is that these are the same people that try to tweet out all sorts of thoughts and prayers and condolences and shit to all sorts of people that have lost people on 9/11, which, yes, it was it was a tragedy. We're not going to get into the logistics of all sorts of kind of conspiracy theories, this, that, the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th, about whether or not who caused it, how it was caused, how they got on the planes, and what have you. The fact of the matter is that people died and there needed to be some kind of memorial service. The fact that you bitches decided, oh, good, the people with morals are out, let's do something shitty.
As per usual.
Are you that dedicated to getting your agenda through that you have to resort to literal cheating to get ahead?
Yeah.
What I want to know is, from this point on, what can North Carolina do as a state to just fire each and every person that voted in that thing?
Yeah.
This goes beyond Republicans and Democrats. And all told, you know, logical Republicans like Anna Navarro, I love hearing their opinions on all sorts of stances because it is a different stance. It is a different view. But the fact that you all had to resort to cheating to get your way and then expect to continue to have a job, if I cheated to get my way and cleared out my email inbox at work and said, I'm all done, I would get in trouble.
Right.
I would get fired. I would get, something would happen to me. Why is it that regular ass, broke ass, lower working class ass people like me are held to a higher standard than the people, you know, that are supposed to, the people that are supposed to be chosen to run this place? Like, I don't even live in North Carolina, and I want to see retribution. I want to see people get fired and removed from office and reprimanded and all sorts of things left, right, and center. Because not only did you guys wait until the Democrats were out of the room to take advantage of the fact that only a hair over half of the people, because there only need for any kind of vote to happen in the North Carolinian House, if I remember correctly, there needs to be 62 out of 112 present for a vote to be held. There were a total of 64 Republicans in the room. So they waited until the Democrats were actually outgoing and doing the thing that you bitches try to preach about all the damn time. Never forget, blah, blah, blah. Y'all forgot long enough to get your fucking agenda through.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, this is sick. This is disgusting. This is annoying. This is aggravating. And I'm I was saying, I forget if it was you or somebody else I was talking to, where I say I have low expectations for people and I am constantly disappointed.
Yeah.
I don't expect Republicans to be ain't shit, but I at least want to, like, I don't care that you bitches want me dead because I am black, because I am queer, because I like men, etc., etc. But the fact is that there are, you know, more level-headed voices in the room to counteract your bullshit. But when you wait until the people that counteract your bullshit are not in the room to try to sneak something through, you're just as bad as the kid that tries to sneak a slice of cake and blame it on his younger brother.
Ooh. Hello?
And you got caught, you got busted, and I cannot wait to watch each and every one of those 64 names fall off of every ballot in that state. I'm done.
Speaking on the Never Forget 9/11 shit.
Oh, are we going to talk about Booty Judge a little bit?
No.
We're not?
We're not referencing the booty gagger. Where do I begin?
Ooh, from the top.
9/11's great and all, but that was bad. 9/11 should be respected, I guess, and all, or whatever. To like, you know, to the people whose innocent lives were lost, and the first responders who are dead, minus the police, that are dead. Yeah, I get that, and the people whose families, you know, were like literally murdered in that. Yes, respect, condolences, all of that stuff. But everybody loves to talk about how we need to unite together as a country. That always comes out around 9/11 time. But
there was so much unity on September 12th, 2001.
Yeah, y'all still killing black people. Y'all still are Islamophobic to anybody that even looks Middle Eastern.
Because
let's talk about that. After 9/11, the thousands, hundreds of thousands, possibly millions, maybe, of
Muslim Americans and
that lived here were violently harassed.
The first victim of...
Still are, actually.
The first victim of any pseudo-Islamophobic attack on an American citizen after 9/11 was a Sikh.
Yeah. Y'all don't even know. Y'all are too stupid to find out who's the enemy. And y'all are fighting the people that... I mean, to quote Sinead O'Connor, fight the real enemy. Who, like, y'all really want to just come after anybody of just any kind of Middle Eastern descent, no matter who they are. If they're lightly brown, if they're brown, and they look like they're Indian, to quote some ignorant ass people, y'all will go and just beat their ass, kill them, harass them, do all kind of fucked up shit, without realizing that had the U.S. kept its hand in its own fucking pocket for these decades and not started wars for bullshit and
oil
and not decided that they were the end all be all of democracy and they were going to spread it to the rest of the world, just like the colonizers spread disease, rape, and murder to the Native Americans and African slaves that they brought to this country because they can't do their own yard work. Y'all think that we're in the right here? You think we're not the reason why they even had the weapons and the access to any of these systems to do this? Like, oh, word? But God bless America, yeah?
And don't forget to bless the troops. You know, the ones that are bleeding and dying for some, what's the word? Colonizing bullshit.
Yeah, like y'all are just missionaries with ARs.
Woo!
So y'all ain't shit either. Like, I hate to say it. Like, I have relatives that were and are in the military. And I hate to say it to them because they're real nice people. But, you know, fuck it. You know? Anyway, that's it. It wasn't that fiery. It's just...
no. Y'all already know that this Aries right here is where the fire comes from.
Yeah, and I'm just like, bitch.
You enjoy that button far too much. Can we get one more of the new one?
I'm sorry. Who?
Christina Ebersole is legendary.
We stand.
Do you think she's family?
I don't know her well enough.
I think Patty is.
Let's not speculate on the potential queerness of Broadway legends and move on to the outro of the show.
But I really do think, like, maybe Patty. Like, I could see them. Like, I'm not saying they are, but because I'm pretty sure they're married, both of them, or at least Christine is. But like, I could see them being like a real power couple. When you watch them interview together, like that's like a power lesbian couple.
Christine and Patty.
Yeah, Christine and Patty. Like that's a power lesbian couple if they were one. Anyway,
shall I move to the outro?
Yeah.
Oh, before I do we want to announce the release date of what you're working on?
Oh yeah, I mentioned it earlier and didn't even think about it.
Okay, so then we can mention that on your part on the thing. Okay. All right. That wraps up yet another episode of the Baldwin Kids. If you've got any questions, comments, great ideas, or just want to say hi, shoot us a like and a DM on our Facebook and Instagram pages. You can also get a hold of me on the Twitter or catch some hands on PSN. I'm available on both as The Iron Magnus, that is TheIronMagnus.
I'm that bitch. No, I'm Vesta. You can find me on
that bitch when you cause all this conversation.
Cause all this. I'm on Instagram, Vesta with 2 underscores. I'm on there. I'm on Twitter under the same name. Don't follow me because I don't use it. Love Notes is out everywhere, but
including Beyonce's title.
Yeah, including Beyonce's premium wig website.
I can't stand you.
But on September the 23rd, the day after our next episode, I'm sorry, the day our next episode drops, actually, will be the day that, wow.
Who Are You Now?
Thank you. Woo, chili avocado dip. I can't, yeah, Who Are You Now? It's a 4-track EP, features Mr. Fahrenheit, TJ the Prophet, and a wonderful, iconic legend that we have mentioned on this show numerous times.
That we stand.
Tracy Kennedy.
We stand forever.
Ma'am, you're iconic. All of them will be on it, and it's pretty heavy, so strap your wigs on and strap your heart in place. And yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of heavy, because the day we're recording is actually the 4th anniversary of a really close friend of mine passing. So I, did want to put a little mention out to her. Lindsay McGowan was quite possibly, and I wish I got the chance to know her better than I did, but for the little time that I got to know her, she was one of the best people that I had, ever met. I'd had a really hard point in my life where my dad was actually getting ready to kick me out of his house for, liking men. And she, while hardly even knowing me, but trusting my ex's judgment, without question, opened her home to me. And even as she was getting sicker, she was still trying to be positive, still, trying to have fun. There was one point where there was an event where we all would go to a mutual friend's house and make tamales, which, yes. But she knew, her mom had actually just passed previously. It was the day or two prior. And yet she still, found the strength to come out and be with all of her friends because she knew she wasn't going to have a whole lot of time left. And that's the kind of selflessness and empathy that I want to emulate. So, if you don't have a Lindsay in your life, try to be the Lindsay.
I'm gonna cry.
I'm actually trying not to.
No.
So on that note, we're gonna go ahead and end the show. As always, drink some water, take your meds, be the Lindsay in someone's life, and do better.